Hi everyone, it's Professor Lefroy's Heath. I wanted to take a moment to say hi and welcome you to ENG 226, Introduction to Creative Writing. This is my most favorite course to teach at SNHU because I enjoy meeting and working with new writers and being part of your journey from the beginning. So I thought where we would start this week is by reviewing the syllabus, which you can find under the course. On the left-hand side, you'll see a link that says start here, and that will take you to a link for the course syllabus. So if you want to put me on pause, grab a copy of the syllabus and follow along, that's fine. Or if you just want to watch the video and go back to the syllabus later, whatever works for you. So let's talk about ENG 226. So this course, as an introductory course, is designed to help you choose an area to concentrate on within the writing program at SNHU. There are 4 major ones to choose from: fiction, nonfiction, screenwriting, and poetry. So if you're coming into the course and you already know exactly what you want, that's awesome. You're more than welcome to go for it. However, if you are unsure, or if you have a rough idea and maybe you want to experiment with a different genre, that's absolutely fine as well. However, just want to caution that we only have 8 weeks in the course and it does go by fast. So if you're a bit on the fence, or if you're new to writing in general, I strongly suggest, just flipping through the learning modules, taking a look at the required readings, the supplementary readings, the different examples that are provided there for you, is that will help you start to focus on the area that most interests you. So, in order to get started, one of the first things you're going to need is the textbook, right? It's called the College Handbook of Creative Writing, which there's also a link to this under Start Here in the syllabus in Brightspace. The link there, I believe, is for the digital version. I got this online because I prefer the actual printed version. I'm kind of old school that way, but whatever will work for you. But I strongly suggest getting the text ASAP. It's actually a really great book, and you will wind up using it for more than just this class as you move further into your writing aspirations, dreams, and careers. It's a great resource. So what we're going to basically be studying, no matter which genre or area you choose to specialize in, there are a whole host of literary techniques that are universal regardless of genre. Things like plot, setting, dialogue, description, conflict, syntax, which is a fancy word for sentence structure. There's a variety of techniques we need to learn about that you're going to build into your final project. We're going to have some scaffolding projects along the way. We have blogs that we're going to be posting in. You have discussion board groups. There's trial workshop followed by a workshop, a rough draft workshop, and then the culminating assignment for the course is the final workshop to get you ready to turn in the final version of your work. So, one other area we've definitely got to talk about from the syllabus is diversity, equity, and inclusion. While this is important in every area of our lives, I do feel like it is increasingly important when it comes to writing, because as writers, we tend to bare our souls in our work oftentimes, and we reveal things about ourselves. We talk about things, say things that in the real world, in our real lives, we might not discuss with even our closest friends, family, co-workers, whoever's in your life, right? For some reason, as writers, we are drawn to reveal things. Maybe we have a message we want to send to society as a whole, and we want to deliver that through characters or through a screenplay. Whatever the case may be, it does open us up to a certain level of vulnerability. And so in that regard, it is most important in this course, in the workshops, blog posts, discussions, that we maintain an equal level of respect for everyone in the class, for the experience of every person, our individual characteristics, and we want to make sure that most of all, we're just being kind. It's a good rule of thumb in writing workshops, but also in life. So just if you feel at any time in the course that it is not meeting the high standards set about by the university in terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion, please contact me ASAP so that we can take care of it immediately. You can email me anytime at l.heath1, that's the number 1, at snhu.edu. If you didn't get that down, you can just go back. The first announcement says my instructor on there, and all my contact information is listed there as well. And speaking of announcements, these are very important. I post a weekly announcement every Sunday evening, and then sometimes I will post during the week depending on where we're at, what's going on, and the needs of the course. So you want to make sure that you are reading the information in the announcements. It's extremely important. There is a little tick box at the top of your announcement feed, and I highly suggest that you subscribe because it will give you notification in your email. However, if you are using your phone to access your email, please be aware that the graphics and links don't always come through, or actually they don't come through at all when you're using your telephone. It's just text, which can be a disadvantage. So I strongly suggest that when you're reviewing the announcements for the course and the other course materials, that you are accessing it on a laptop, an iPad, a tablet, or a desktop, whichever you're using. It's just that the options are extremely limited if you're accessing it on your phone. So I do respond within 24 hours to all emails according to the university guidelines, but most times it's much sooner than that. Next, in terms of grades, you can review the grade distribution and the university grading system on the syllabus yourself. The important thing to know in terms of this class, and actually every other class at SNHU, is that as the instructor, I am bound by the rubrics to grade objectively. I do not grade subjectively. If you want to know how a particular assignment is going to be graded, I strongly suggest reviewing the guidelines and the rubric itself before you turn it in, because when you turn something in, I go by the rubric category by category when determining or evaluating the work and giving you a grade. So I strongly suggest having the rubric in front of you or printed out for every particular assignment that you're working on, so that you have all the bases covered and that you're not surprised by a grade that you were not expecting to get, surprised or disappointed. So check the guidelines, check the rubrics, and you should be in good shape. As far as when things are due, I'm going to say it kind of sort of backwards. Everything for the course, with the exception of discussion board posts, is due on Sundays at 11:59 p.m. For discussion board posts, you are required to complete an initial post by Thursday at 11:59 p.m., followed by 2 supplementary posts that are due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. For discussion posts only, Thursday, 11:59 p.m. initial post, 2 response posts by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Everything else, whether it's a blog post or a journal entry or a rough draft, is due Sundays at 11:59 p.m. And I did want to mention, a lot of times people confuse the blogs with workshops. They are not workshops. Blogs are blogs. Workshops are workshops. Blogs are due Sundays at 11:59 p.m. on initial post only. You are not required in blogs to respond to your peers. However, it is a good idea, in order to get the most out of the course, I strongly encourage interaction, feedback with your peers as much as possible. A lot of the people that you meet in these workshop courses can turn out to be your greatest friends later on as you progress in your writing career. It's not uncommon for aspiring writers to build a network when you're just starting through the workshops you've taken at the university. So I strongly suggest getting to know your peers and their work through the blog posts, even though you are not required to respond. So that takes care of the weekly assignment schedule. one other thing that I also wanted to bring up about the course materials, there are some modules that have a new feature called Feedback Fruits. It's in test piloting by the university right now. This course has been chosen for it, and it's very, very simple. It takes the place of the module overview on certain weeks, and it's a 5-minute exercise. Once you've gone through the course materials, or the module materials for that particular week, you can go to Feedback Fruits, make commentaries, and it really just reviews what you've already been working on for that particular week. However, I do not suggest using Feedback Fruits in place of reviewing the module materials, the required readings, or the supplementary readings, because you'll miss a lot. So please pay attention to the Feedback Fruits. It only takes 5 minutes, like I said, quick, easy, and it's a helpful review. So that brings us to the last item I want to address that is in the syllabus as well, the SNHU Academic Integrity Policy. And quite simply, what this means is work that you create for this course must be new and fresh. It cannot be something that you've written and submitted anyplace else, SNHU, or another college, right? When you turn something in, it automatically goes through a plagiarism checker that gives back a percentage out of 100. And if you are anything over 5 or 6%, I believe it is, your work gets red flagged, and I am bound by the university policies to take action on that. So most students that commit self-plagiarism are completely unaware of what it is and that it's an issue. So self-plagiarism is submitting something that you've already submitted previously, whether it's to SNHU or someplace else. So just don't do it. Just submit original work, and we can, avoid the whole issue entirely. But if you're not sure, please email me and ask the question first so that we can entirely avoid the issue. So that is it for the moment. Again, be sure to subscribe to the announcements. I look forward to learning more about each and every one of you in our opening discussion for the week. And if at any time you have questions, please contact me, l.heath1@snhu.edu.